Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shaw. It's the Detroit Tigers and the San Diego. And on the mound for San Diego in this one, Joe Musgrove.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy it when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
To first, one out in the top of the first. And now the Tigers line up for manager A.J. Hinch. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Has room and he makes the catch. Vladimir Guerrero up now for the Tigers, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Wow, that's not even close to the zone.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And next up for the Tigers, Manny Ramirez. This one popped up, foul ground first base side. And that is that. We go to the bottom of the first, and taking the ball for Detroit, Freddie Peralta. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago. Digging in, Jake Cronenworth.
4-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Ball.
4-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Swing and a foul out of play.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
No, that's out.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
That's to third. Beltre tosses across to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. As we take a look at the Padres lineup, Kerry Carpenter, the next up for the Padres. 2 for 8 in the series so far.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But
no, that
off
missed.
The velocity of the fastball, that's a very tough pitch to adjust to.
There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. And it is out of here. His first homer of the year. The Padres score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Low middle.
So digging in, Jackson Merrill. Back to the mound. He's got it. Handles, throws to first. Now 2 out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Laureano comes up to hit. That one.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Ball 1.
Circle change.
2 down, base is
Low
empty,
outside.
but 1 run across here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep both their challenges.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Runner at first with 2 away. Now the left fielder with 3 hits on the series, and 1 of them a homer.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
Swings through that.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
This one in the air, center field, and that'll do it. But the Padres draw first blood here on the solo shot. 1 inning in the books here. You're watching Tigers baseball. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Stepping in, David Ortiz. And a foul ball.
That's a ball.
Musgrove, a former All-Star, 33 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2011. Up and in, look out.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul. High fly ball down the left field line. Back there. Gone. His first homer of the year, and it ties it up. It's 1-1.
His bat looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any part of the park.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Albert Pujols now at the plate. Right side, hard hit. Slings. First, one pitch and one out. And here is Sosa to the plate. Homered last night, added another hit as well. Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Laser could be trouble, and that's going to get into the corner. Sosa headed for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Now a chance for Alfonso Soriano. Throws to first in time. Back to the top of the Detroit order. Now here's the switch-hitting power threat, Perez.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Breaking ball, and that got him.
The batter, the shortstop, number 8.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the shortstop at the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Bounce to Andujar. They limit the damage here. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's Gavin Sheets now, left-hand bat.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Circle change. Low outside.
That's a ball.
Slider. Low inside.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but
Circle
it worked.
change.
He got the swing and
Middle
miss,
outside.
and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Andujar in the box as he fouls off the
Four-seam
first
fastball.
pitch.
Middle outside.
Here's your 1. Sliced hard but foul.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
And that
Ball.
just misses.
Well, clearly not too happy with the call there. Thought he caught the top
Slider.
of the zone, and
Low
you could pretty
outside.
much read his lips saying, that's not up.
Oh, look at the stop. Fires to first. In the dirt. Great pick. Got him. What a play.
Batting 8. The
And
shortstop,
here is Xander
Low
Bogaerts.
inside.
Bogaerts.
Slider. Middle inside.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
In the air, left field. And that's the 3rd out. Padres go down quietly. They're down 2-1. Welcome back and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. In the air, right field, Carpenter on his way in. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. At the plate, Manny Ramirez. First time up was a pop out. And a swing and a miss. On the ground, right side. The flip to the pitcher covering. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd. Here's a big power threat. David Ortiz. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. Fouled off left side. Two down, nobody on. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
What a stop to first. And they get the out. Tigers are shut down. Bottom of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Ready for me.
All right.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Fouled off down the right side.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Fights it off, he'll see another.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Ground ball right side. Pujols steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Circle change.
So the San Diego batting order
Middle
turns
outside.
over. Jake Cronenworth getting ready to hit. And a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
Bunting for a hit. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. Runner on at first with 1 gone.
Low middle.
Kerry Carpenter digs in now. That one missing inside.
That's the ball.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like
Low
this.
inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
On a line. Snags it on the run. 2 down.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Merrill in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Low
0-1 now. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Four-seam fastball.
Cronenworth leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He's got it. That is the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Tigers 2. Start of the 4th, leading off Albert Pujols.
Number 9, Albert Pujols.
That's in. Ball.
Pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Close
Nope.
one. Doesn't get the call. 3 balls and a strike. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Up next for the Tigers.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Sammy Sosa up now for the Tigers. And there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
This one in the air, center field. 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Alfonso Soriano. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at-bat. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. So the lineup flips over. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Perez. Hit hard, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And the batter will be the shortstop. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 3-1. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Padres, Ramon Laureano. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball 1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
Late on that fastball.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
Line drive. Hauls it in. 1 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And a swing and a miss.
Slider.
The Tigers leading by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swings and misses, struck him out.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
4-seam fastball.
Gavin Sheets, the next up for the Padres. And a ground ball to first. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 5th. Digging in, Vladimir Guerrero. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Manny Ramirez, the next to hit. This one in the air, center field. He makes the grab. And next is the designated hitter, David Ortiz. He's already homered in this game. Ortiz, multi-time All-Star, a member of the 2000 hit club, and he's a former home run derby champ.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work for him.
Check swing, but he went too far. That is strike 2. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. And up next for Detroit, Albert Pujols. 1 for 2. And that's a base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away. So the Padres with a new arm in the mound, Yuki Matsui.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And the batter now, Sammy Sosa.
No, that's in.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Hee-haw!
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One run's in. And they hold the runner at third. Bases remain loaded here. Still only one gone. So up next, Adrian Beltre. Oh, 0-2 now. Line drive, base hit. One run across. Now the second run is in. It's a two-run single, and the lead is up to 5. Runners at the corners here, one away. Alfonso Soriano will hit next. Line drive, base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI. Single, and it's now a 6-run lead. So back to the top of the order. Next to hit, Perez. She's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Merrill, long run, and makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone. Now it's the shortstop. 0 for 3 in this one. Movement in the bullpen. Ryan Hoeing, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Marinaccio warming up as well. And a slider misses down and away.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
4 runs already in the frame, and we're at the top of the 5th. Not even close there. Ball 3.
(3-2), 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch. And we're back with a series sweep very much in play, Siggy. Sizable lead, so keep those brooms handy.
A sweep can really send shockwaves through a clubhouse, Boog. One team surging forward, the other left searching for answers.
That one lifted to left. 1 away. Now here's Xander Bogaerts now. Popped out to left his first time. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
4-seam fastball. Low inside.
Bogaerts swings through that one.
Slider.
The Padres with a lot of ground to make up. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, rolling away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I'll tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Out towards right center field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Fastball.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now here is Jake Cronenworth. There's a strike.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
That one finds the zone.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Hit in the air, center field. Sosa under it, and that is that. So one hit is all. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Vladimir Guerrero up now for the Tigers. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Well, these Tigers doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Double-digit hits and 0 strikeouts. I don't know which of those is more impressive, but especially in today's game, that's something they can feel very good about.
The 0-2. Hard hit left side. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the sixth. Manny Ramirez getting ready to hit.
Ball.
The Tigers up big in this one, and we're in the top half of the sixth. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That one carrying, and that ball is gone. A shot to the opposite field. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 8-1.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
One down. David Ortiz now at the plate. Oh, great stop. Nicely.